Alright, bro, so the first step would be you gotta take some random ass model from GoofyR BeamNG mod. So you type in RX8 BeamNG mod, just like that. Yeah, no, let's have this. Bro, nothing loads, bro. Alright, let's search for the model. Bro, what the hell is even this? Yeah, this is a very bad example of, of a model. Yeah, see, if you watch this tutorial, you're not gonna be doing this quality. You're gonna be better than that. So anyway, so let's pretend that you actually found a model. You actually made like good effort to find what you want. Let's open up Blender. And the thing is, you're going to have a .dae file. If you're gonna download like a BeamNG type of thing, you gotta open the archive on a DAE file, copy it, or like I don't know wherever you want to paste it. So then you press import, press Collada DAE, but for the purposes, I would go the FBX. But anyway, what do we have? So let's pretend you downloaded a 2006 Mazda RX-8 pre-facelift, whatever, and you have this, right? You're going to copy it 4 times. Actually, yeah, 4 times. Side view, see the side view, top view, like that. The front view and the rear view. You have this now. So right, so now you're going to create a camera, and you're going to spawn it like from the Y side or from the X side, not just like in a random direction, so you don't have to adjust it. So anyway, you created it. What you're gonna do now is go to the data and select orthographic type, so you can see like same thing from the Y side or whatever side of the orthographic view on the camera. So this is what you're gonna do. So you have all of this. You'll have to place all of this into one frame so everything fits. Make sure that the resolution is high like this, and also make sure that you selected the workbench render engine, selected this matte cap like right here, and you selected cavity, ridge to 2.5, and value like to well, actually to whatever number you want. And now you can also press object or whatever, actually random. So from this point of view, you have to analyze what you've done. So you actually want to see all of the details, all the major proportions of the car that you're doing, and yeah, after you've made sure that everything's fine, you can press F12, and also check the second time, so everything is fine. You can see all of the details. Even if you don't see like crucial details, you can just eyeball them, but that makes some skill, takes some skill, dude. So I would rather check if you actually can see all of the things you need. So yeah, this looks pretty good, to me at least. Also, a pro tip: if you actually wanna try making the optics and stuff, if you have a model with the headlight covers, delete them on just one side, because after finishing all of the main things like the body, the optics and stuff, you will also have to model these glass covers, and that is the reference for them. Very good one, by the way. So yeah, you should also make sure that the wheels are aligned very well with each other, so the bottom ends are on the equal level, so you won't have any issues with adjusting the scene that we're gonna make now. Now I'm gonna show you how it is. So first thing you want to do is to create the sides, side views. To make that, you select like the -y. -y is actually is going to be the front end every time you model. Every time you set up, just make sure that the -y is the front. So you just add image. I would recommend background, so it doesn't really disturb you from checking the model from the sides. So to do that, you just select this, and now we gotta adjust it. So most of the time the logo is the center of the car, so make sure that the Z axle actually goes through the center of the Mazda logo. And now what you gotta do is you gotta lower the front view so that the tires touch the X axle like this. And that's what I've been saying, that's what I said about the tires being aligned with each other like this, so that you won't have any confusions while setting up. So after you've done that, this side, so moving to the side, make sure that the tires are aligned on the y-axis, and make sure that the very end of your front bumper is aligned with the z-axis. For example, here we have number plate holder. If we didn't have this, I would go and align the the z-axis to this end, right? So after you've done that, we're moving to the top, and that's like the mixed thing of the front set and the side set. So you just align the same very end of your front bumper with the x-axis, and make sure that the logo, it's actually not perfect, but anyways, the y-axis just cuts through the center of the logo, and the back is pretty much the same as the front, right? Like this. Alright, so I'm gonna double check everything again. This is not perfect at all, but it is what it is. Just be better than me, alright? Anyway, so this is pretty much it. Also, to actually make the job more comfortable, more convenient, you also can set the opacity to like 05, 06, 07, so it's just a bit more transparent, so you can see the details and stuff just a bit better. It's also not that vibrant in your eyes, so you can work longer without getting tired. So yeah, that is it for the part 2. Yeah, let's go with the model now. Alright, so for the purposes of the video, I'm not going to model from the scratch. I'm just going to show you on the work in progress model that I'm making. But before that, let me tell you that the modeling of you can model a car 2 ways. The first way is to use the subdivision surface modifier, which is mainly used for in Blender rendering, for making high poly models to make low poly models out of them and bake them, but that is not very beginner friendly method in my opinion, so we're just gonna stick to the hard surface modeling, which is primarily used by Roblox devs. Most of the games actually have hard surface models, and they make just concepts out of subdivision. Yeah, that's bullshit. Anyway, it's not really useful for the subject. So anyway, let's proceed. So let's imagine you have nothing on the scene except for your views, on the front view, the side view, whatever. So you just, what you want to do is to add a mesh, a plane. Delete just one side, actually 3 vertices out of 4. Take this vertex, go to the modifiers, add modifier, mirror, and make sure that it's mirrored perfectly on the x-axis, like this. Now, align this vertex wherever on the car. So for example, you can start off by doing the hood, or doing like the door, the fender, the roof, whatever, really. It doesn't really matter, just start. So, once you placed it on one side, like on one view, go to the side view and place it somewhere on the same place as in the top view. And also don't forget the front view, because it's actually very, very, very crucial for the pipeline to check every side, every single detail matters and stuff like that, you know. So after you've done that, you can proceed doing your first line of vertices. Just follow the lines, nothing crazy. Don't rush. It's actually pretty relaxing to make models like this. So we just do this, and yeah. Just like this. So what else have we got? So let's let me show you something. Alright. So you made a hood. An outline of it, actually. So you made a hood, right? Let's ignore this part. So you have vertices here, and you know, it's not very convenient to connect them manually. So what you want to do is you actually want to do the thing. You select one side, second side, and go face and grid fill. Now you may be wondering, why is it showing an error? So to get rid of that, you gotta select the different sides. And here we go. It connected and filled the topology. Alright. So next thing I want to show is that before all of the manipulations that you gotta do, your surface is going to look like this, which is not realistic, right? So to get rid of that, we gotta go to normals, auto smooth, like in this section actually. Press auto smooth. So I can do anything because I have clear. Yeah, we're gonna get to that later. So you did this, and you gotta press face and shade smooth. Actually, I recommend setting like a hotkey for this, and like I have it on B. So yeah, Now all you want to do is to uh, go through all of the car until you have this result. I'm just gonna show you an example of topology. Could be better actually, but this is what you want to end up with. Like this. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Now, for the modifiers. Alright, so let's go through some modifiers that can be very beneficial for your experience. The first one is the weighted normal modifier. Actually, no way, no. Alright, let me show you some of the best modifiers you can use for your hard surface model. First one being the weighted normal modifier, and it's primarily useful for the modeling that we are doing for the cars. It corrects the values of normals so the surface looks smoother and more realistic. So the way it works, I'm gonna turn it off, and look, it may be just my model, but for some reason it just shows like this. You know, it's not very cool, right? And now when I turn it on, look how smooth it is. You know, even if you don't have any of those issues, you can actually apply this one just to make sure that the shading is just a bit better and a bit more, appealing. So the settings for it is here. Face area and angle, weight, whatever, from 50 to 100, really doesn't matter. Threshold around this number, doesn't really matter as well. And keep sharp. Take this. Now that is gonna look bad. So the next up is the data transfer. You can use for creating vents, door handles, sunroofs, and many more things. And the way it works is that it transfers the values of normals from the unedited model onto the surface that's been edited and has, some sort of bad topology, and using that you can prevent many shading issues. So I'm going to show you how it works now. For example, you want to make a vent on the hood, like it's going to be like here. For that purpose, you gotta select this section, and it's required because without that it's not gonna work. So you press Shift D to copy the selected area, press B to separate, and just hide it for now. Now what you want to do is that I'm actually gonna copy this model for now just to have a clean one. Anyway, so you want to cut your vent. It can be anything really, just for the sake of this video. Yeah, for example, it looks like this. Okay, pressing P. Yeah, we don't need this. So as you can see, there are not many shading issues, but here we can see a little triangle going from here to here. And to fix this, we can actually assign a vertex group, and we're gonna select all of this, like here. Once we selected this section, we can now assign it into a group. Just press plus, assign. Now make sure that it's actually this, whatever you choose. And now we go here, add modifier, press, where is it? Data transfer. Press source. We're going to select this as a source, like this. Vertex group, the group, and it's going to be face corner data. Into here, custom normals, nearest face interpolated. And as we can see, there is nothing we can worry about on the surface. Just like this, we have made a perfect cut. So, just like that, you can also make a sunroof and the space for your door handles. That is the data transfer. Alright, now I'm gonna show you a little trick that I've actually shown, maybe, but anyway, so we have this clear custom split normals data thing. So what the custom split normals data do is you can actually manipulate the sharpness however you want. So let me show you an example, the way you can understand it even better. So for example, you have, I don't know, all of this thing going on, like, you know, you have the sharp edge that you don't want to see, or maybe here. You see here, there's a outer smooth edge that got sharped, and so what this modifier does is that when you press the button, it marks these edges sharp, so you can select them like that, clear sharp, and now they're not sharp. And now, yeah, this is the great example actually. Look at this. So the lack of topology makes Blender think that these edges need to be sharp, and with this thing you can manipulate the topology however you want. And most of the time in games like, I don't know, Roblox, these things are actually applied, so you can actually use this without any consequences to your import, just like this. Yeah, and just go through all the model, all of your model. If you already have a model and you see all these things, yeah, just gotta clean them up. So yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna show you some very useful hotkeys and Blender features. So let's pretend that you made the front end. You know, you have accomplished the first step, making like the hood, the bumper, fenders, but now you want to move to the rear end, and you know, sometimes it's gonna look like this, the way that you cannot see the rear view at all. Look, it's just covered by the front. The way you wanna solve that is you can either select the X-ray, which is right here, and the hotkey is Alt-Z, but I cannot really use the Alt-Z because I have G4 experience connected to it, but anyway. So either that, or you can also select topology, press H, and now look at this. You can now work with the rear end. And to have this back, you press Alt plus H, and just like this. Pretty easy. So yeah, I guess the last thing we're gonna check is the loop tools, which I've already covered in a previous attempt actually, but so yeah, let's go. Let's let me show that. So let's pretend that your topology looks like this, just like this. Yeah, or something like this, or where on like whatever surface. So you want to fix that, but moving them manually, it's not very good. So first thing is you can press double G to slide them like this. But it really doesn't work like this. You don't want to work like this. It's very slow. It's you know you can suffer from this. So to prevent all of this, you go to Preferences, Add-ons, type Loop Tools, and turn these on. So after you've done that, select the edges you want to correct, like this. So after you've done that, press RMB, Loop Tools, space. And wow, look at this. Look. So what it did is it added the equal amount of space in between the vertices, like from here to here, from here to here, etc, etc, etc. So it can be very useful if you're like making like a hood or whatever, when it can be like this, like that. See, it's not consistent. Alright, and the second thing from Loop Tools I'm gonna show is, let's pretend you have, I don't know what to show. Let's pretend you have this sort of thing. See, it's not very smooth. You can see it just goes like smooth, then it has some kind of dip, and yeah, you can pretty much see this. So to fix this, you have to correct it manually first, just a bit, and then you select what you want to correct and press relax. Press it as many times as you want, and it looks much better now. And I also very recommend to set the hotkeys. And yeah, this is pretty much it for the basics. Alright, well, so that's about it. Blitzstein out. See ya, guys.